Here we go. Bill, is that good?
Yep.
Great. All right, well, welcome everyone to Mariano's Meetups. I'm Amanda Puck with Mariano's, and Sarah's here with me today, piloting us through our Zoom cooking class with Bill Kim and Yvonne Kim. We have an inside look into Casa de Kim, and this has been an exciting event for us. We're really happy to be with them. We love them. They're family to us at Mariano's. And at Mariano's, we decided to launch this online platform during this time where we crucially are sheltering in place and practicing social distancing. And I mean, we love to do events with Bill and Yvonne at the store. You've probably seen them there. And, you know, even though we can't see them in person, it's great that we get to be with them here. So we're excited to present Bill's recipe for fried rice. And I'm actually going to cook along. So if anyone else wants to do that, I know we sent the recipe and Sarah will post it. But there's a chat button in the middle of the screen. So you're welcome to ask questions to Bill throughout the event, or Yvonne, ask them anything that you like. But we're thrilled to have them from Urban Belly, the table at Crate. Bill and Yvonne both do so many amazing things in the community, and they're going to tell us a little bit about that today as well. But I'm just going to let Bill introduce himself and take it away, and we're going to get cooking.
Thank you. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Sarah. It's an honor to be a tastemaker at Mariano's. So, you know, I think a lot of people assume that chefs have this like magical kitchen at home. And honestly, for me, it's really not about the equipment. It's actually the people who are cooking it. And it's up to you what you have at your house, and be able to do with what you have, not go buy this or that. So the recipe that we're gonna share with you today, it's called Korican Fried Rice. So Korean and Puerto Rican. So my wife is Yvonne Kim, her and I, and she's on my right. So she's in the next room. She has her headphone on, so so she's the one with the hat and gonna play some tunes because she looks like the DJ. And you know, for us, Sunday is very precious to us because it's usually my day off, and we like to cook a lot of things at home. You know, I usually ask her what she wants to eat, and it's usually more than likely 99.9% of the time it's something chicken, it's something olive oil, a little bit of spice, and something Mediterranean flavor, she likes to say. That's what we cook at home, but today we're actually gonna do something that's part of her culture and my culture. So that's why it's Korican Fried Rice. So, you know, 2008, we had a little conversation between Yvonne and I, and we spent a lot of time working at very nice restaurants in the city. And we said to ourselves, hey, I think it's about time for us to work for ourselves. And how can we do something that is meaningful to both of us? So we went back into the neighborhood where Yvonne kind of was raised. And we went to Logan Square, and we found the space that was stuck between a laundromat and a dry cleaners. And basically said, we're gonna have it temple of dining, and we're gonna make it very casual and something that's gonna tell our story through food. Humble beginnings, she likes to say. But it was just that, and really people responded very well to what we did. And the three things that I like to eat for myself is fried rice, dumplings, and noodles. So that was the three things that we served at the restaurant, and it did so well that we opened up our second restaurant called Belly Shack. So that was literally love story told through food. It was Puerto Rican and Asian. So, you know, I've never had tostones or lechon or a lot of the Latin flavors that I did until I met her. And even though she likes to eat Latin food, she does not cook Latin food. Her mom is a awesome cook. Yeah, Yvonne does not cook. So we'll put that out there. She does not cook. But we have a rule in our kitchen that if I cook, she cleans. So I'll take that any day. But when I got to learn the Latin flavors, I really couldn't put that aside, and became part of my repertoire of all the things that I like to do in the kitchen. So we will start by what's called mise en place. I think a lot of the chefs who did the demos were taught to do things a little bit ahead. So I did cook the rice, but I'm gonna show you one of the ways that when I started cooking, when I was very little, my mom used to ask me to wash the rice. So we're gonna have 1 cup of jasmine rice. That's right here. That's in the bowl. I don't know with the glare. Then we're gonna just put the water in there. And we're gonna swirl it around for a little bit. Then we're gonna wash off a little bit of the starch. And I rinse it twice. And please, everybody, if you wanna ask questions or during the chat, you could ask me, then that's it. You're actually trying to make the water clear. So 2 times you wash it.
Bill,
The ratio
already. Would you do this for like any kind of rice? Like any sort of rice that you're cooking?
The long grains, especially jasmine, it is a little bit starchier. So you want to wash that out. Basmati, I do not wash.
Okay.
And basmati, even though I love jasmine, I do love basmati even more. And then the basmati actually takes less water. So jasmine rice, 1 cup of raw rice that's been washed to 2 cups of water for 15 minutes. And once that's cooked, you want to turn off the heat and let it sit in the pot with the lid for 5 minutes. Then turn that on. So I already cooked this. So fried rice, you're not supposed to use ready cooked rice the day of. We usually take this rice, put it in the refrigerator, and we actually let that dry, and you will get this nice jasmine rice that doesn't have oil, doesn't have any butter. It's just been dried overnight, so it makes it moist, and also it doesn't not stick at all. Another technique I would love to show, how to cook shrimp. I think a lot of times as a chef, you're trying to find the best technique. And for me, working at 3 restaurants and trying to show people the correct way, the most consistent way to cook things, it's usually by a timer and a recipe, but this way to cook shrimp is very, very simple. And I think anybody could do this. So I have shrimp that's in the bowl that's peeled. I put chili flake and also garlic powder. This is about a pound of shrimp. So I have water boiling, and I'm just gonna pour the hot water on top. And I'm just gonna let that sit for 5 minutes in that water, and the shrimp will be cooked completely through and still be very tender. So I'm actually gonna do that. Have water boiling already, and I'm just gonna put the hot water right on top. And we're gonna, 5 minutes will go by. We'll just let that cook. I don't know if this is a safe thing, but I'll just let people see. So shrimp, can't see it, so I won't try to spill it. All right, so we'll get the wok going. So I have this wok pan. Obviously, if you have one, great. If you don't, it's okay, use a regular saute pan. The reason why I like to use this is that actually you could see the edges of this pan, and you have a flat bottom. So all the heat's concentrated here. most people think when you're cooking on a wok, you're actually cooking from the bottom, which is on the other side right here, but you're actually pounding the rice, the dry rice, and you're cooking it on the outside. So that's where all the heat is deflected, and that's how the rice gets cooked. And if you have a pan like this, eventually you could learn how to flip it, and you're actually trying to catch the rice. So we'll turn this on. We're just gonna get that going. So some of the recipe. So the one thing, couple seasonings that we have fish sauce, then we have white distilled vinegar. You could use this. Also, you could use lime juice in place. So if you don't have that. The fish sauce, okay. So fish sauce at Mariano's, you could buy the Thai kitchen one. Yeah. Is there glare? It's okay.
Yvonne's doing excellent directing.
Yes, great. Then you're gonna do 3 parts. So if you have 3 tablespoons of fish sauce, then 1 tablespoon of vinegar. And what the vinegar does to the fish sauce, it kind of mellows it out. White distilled vinegar. So that really helps to mellow the fish sauce out. So instead of using salt, we actually use the fish sauce to season. Then to Koricanize it, we have sazon. Sazon. This is something that we use at the house to make a lot of Puerto Rican stews, and we season with it. So I thought it'd be just a fun way for us to mix the Puerto Rican flavors. Then we have here ginger, garlic mixture. I add just a little bit of chili sauce in there. It's fresh ginger.
Bill, we're getting a few questions.
Okay.
Timo, first of all, I just want you to know there's probably like 5 or 6 people cooking along, which is awesome.
Awesome.
So Timo wants to know that she didn't rinse hers. Is it still okay? Her rice?
Yes, it's fine. It might be a little bit stickier, but it's fine.
And then Kathy wants to know, why do you want to wash the starch off?
Because you want the rice to actually be, almost like light and airy and fluffy. Because if it's sticky, it'll stick to your pan, and you don't really want that for fried rice. Okay. Got
that. And then what's a good substitution if people don't have sazon or didn't have a chance to go grab it or order it from the store?
You could go straight fish sauce.
Okay.
You go straight fish sauce, or if you want to put a little bit of oregano or chili powder or garlic powder, you could put those things.
I didn't have any, so I Googled it, and I made my own.
Damn.
But I combined, it was really interesting because what's the main spice? It's annatto.
Annatto, yeah.
I didn't have that.
Annatto doesn't really have any flavor, yeah.
Okay, so I used this
color.
Was cumin, coriander, oregano. I can send people a recipe if they want, but Yvonne, when you come over next time, you have to tell me if I did a good job. But it's really good. So.
And you can make a whole bunch and have it.
And yes, to Rich Howley, you can find all these ingredients in the international aisle. I know that we have them all because I have them here.
Yes. And I got a big delivery Friday, so I know you have it. So
thanks to Sarah. Sarah, who runs the show over here.
Thank you, Sarah. So shrimp. It's been 5 minutes. I'm talking a lot, so it's completely cooked. So you could see. Nice and tender. It's easy. You don't have to, get a pan dirty. It's just water and spices, and just put hot water in there, and that's it. Boiling water. Yeah. So my wok is definitely hot. So we could start. So also, I want to make sure that you guys see. So I have some leftovers from the house. So pork belly. I have some broccolini. I have some shrimp, I have some Italian sausage. So these are things that we have around at the house because I've been cooking so much. So I'm just gonna add a lot of these things at the end of the cooking process. So we'll get started.
Does anyone else have leftover pork belly? I don't.
Bacon, pork belly.
Oh, I
Yeah.
made bacon earlier, but we ate it. But I had chicken and shrimp, so that's what I was going to use.
Yeah.
Okay.
So believe it or not, I'm a big fan of measuring things at the restaurant because one of the things I always say, my fingers and somebody else's fingers, all different sizes. So when we're cooking, we want tools to help us to keep the food consistent. So even when I'm cooking at home, tablespoon, okay, of oil. And this is hot. So I'm gonna do this, since the pan's so hot, I'm actually gonna put this in while we're doing this. I'm gonna put the egg right in. Hopefully we could see this. No? Oh, so I cooked it so it's not sticking to the pan. Then I'm gonna add the ginger and the garlic into it. Then I'm gonna break up. So you're basically making scrambled egg. So the key to having the egg not stick is make sure you put the egg right in the oil. Then we're gonna put the rice in. People who are cooking along, how you guys doing? So you see the rice, it's not sticking, so, and I just scolded somebody, one of my guys who used to work for us, he was doing a video on Instagram saying, oh, I'm cooking on the wok. I said not to lift up your wok off the fire. So of course I'm doing it. But let's see, Amanda. How's your rice? There you go. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna add the rice is in there, so it's been cooking for a minute. You want to kind of break up all the rice. If it's stuck together, then you want to add proteins next. The Italian sausage is fully cooked. You're gonna add that. I'm gonna add some vegetables. So I have carrots that's been cut rounds. And these are all raw. Then broccolini that's been cut small and thin so they cook real quick. So it's gonna take about another minute. So rice, the fried rice that we're doing, it's almost like a stir fry that you put egg and rice in it. Then we're gonna put a tablespoon of fish sauce, little sazon, sazon. My wife correct me, sazon. Then we're gonna put pork belly. We'll put some shrimp in there. No, my wife would kill me if I put the whole package in there. It's probably a quarter teaspoon. So it's not that much, unless you could put a little bit more if you're not using fish sauce. But if you're using fish sauce and sazon, you would use a little bit less of the package. So it's almost done. I mean, you'll see the rice is almost done. I'm just warming up the proteins, and within probably like 45 seconds, it's done. And I think a lot of times people, when they're cooking fried rice, they want to put a lot of soy sauce. For me, soy sauce, you can on the side, but the fish sauce has more in-depth flavors and you could control a little bit better. And if you are going to use soy sauce, I would definitely cut it with a little bit of vinegar to make it less salty, or use low sodium. So this is completely done. I'm actually going to plate it. A lot of rice, but this is a great way for people to use this as a way to get leftovers. And the scallions will go on top, chopped. Then my favorite, fresh cilantro. So see, nice and heaping hot. And shrimp, there's pork, there's Italian sausage. Man, it's delicious. I mean, my mouth is watering just because I want to dig into it. But it's a great way to do fried rice and use a lot of the leftovers you have. Another fried rice that I like to do at home, my wife really loves kimchi. So you could take the same method, olive oil, egg, then put the rice in, saute. Then you could put kimchi and anything left over, then you could incorporate it. You want to add sazon or not? Oh, Amanda, that looks great. That looks great. My God.
I also use, I know you and I talked about it prior, but I use cauliflower rice.
Yeah, yeah.
This is like,
that looks delicious.
I mean, I always felt like fried rice was such a intimidating, like I know Tony Priolo's on somewhere. And I thought, I was so afraid to make arancini and fried rice. And now I feel like, boom, I can do it.
There you go. That's good. Billy's going to ask for that every week now.
You're hired.
And it does smell so good. Yeah, it smells amazing.
Yeah. So I think, people are intimidated by cooking Asian food. And I just think it's really, yes, you could cook authentic. Yes, you could cook traditional, but use what you have. And I think it's a good way for people to understand, if you don't have fresh water chestnuts, you could use jicama. Think about the flavors, think about textures, and you could replace it in getting things at your, local Mariano's by, going there and see what they have. If you don't have cilantro or you don't like cilantro, you could add basil. If you don't want shrimp, you could use leftover salmon that's off the grill and just kind of flake it and put it at the end to just kind of barely warm it up. So it's really up to you what you have in your refrigerator, and let the fried rice, cooking rice, or if you have quinoa left over, use quinoa instead of rice if you don't want to use that. You could use broccoli stems or cabbage instead of using rice. If you want to make it vegetarian, you can make it vegetarian. It's really up to you what you want this rice to be, and have fun with it. How's the rice, or how's the cauliflower?
This is, what makes it taste so great? It's those extra seasonings. And I didn't know not to use soy sauce, so now I know. Yeah. Fish sauce all the way.
Yeah. I think it has and if you don't want to use vinegar, you want to add a little bit, elevate it just a touch more, add a little lime juice instead of vinegar, and use the skins of the limes to kind of even make it even more floral and fragrant. But these are all things. You could use lemon if you don't want to use lime. Mm-hmm. It could be interchangeable, and I think that's the less intimidation. Replace something that you might not be able to get. If you don't want to use sambal, you could use Tabasco. It's really up to you.
I think that was the fun of this dish is, you have the ingredients at home. You can run and get stuff. If you have never had, I know I'm going to say it wrong, Yvonne, Sazon. That Sazon, it's like sessoon. It's a new flavor for everyone to try, because I don't cook with it that often, but I do love the flavors in there. Or I could just make everybody some, since I'm.
Yeah, there you go. You better be careful.
Bill, there's a lot of people that made them. I put Heith Hennel. I'm gonna find you again. Hi, Keith, and your cute daughter, it looks like. I'm gonna unmute you and spotlight you, but yours looks great. Hi, guys.
We actually, let me see if I can. We actually used filet for the protein, and we had prepped everything earlier. It was very simple and easy to follow, and my two lovely daughters helped me. This is Sydney.
That's great.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi there.
Coming in. So we really appreciate you guys letting us cook along with you. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think it's, I mean, at this time, I think more and more people are cooking, but I really think, even for myself, I don't usually cook Asian at home. It's usually something very different. But for me, like baking bread, I have not baked bread in probably 25 years. And I was so excited. And it felt like I was having a baby, because I was put the towel in there, making sure it's at the right temperature. I mean, I was like babying this thing, and it's a fun way for me to be able to relax, and it's a therapeutic for me to be able to do these recipes that I haven't done in a very long time. So it's great. It's great.
All right, I'm looking around to see who else cooked it. I mean, I saw a lot of people cooking along. If you, oh, wait, Angela, hold on, I'm coming for you.
Whoa, that looks awesome.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. So we have Edgar in the kitchen actually making it. And
You're the eater.
I'm the shower. Yeah. But we used shrimp. We had some shrimp from Mariano's that we had in the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Edgar said he added a little shrimp stock too. So.
Oh, that looks great.
It looks to me, I love you use shrimp stock too, Bill. That's so cool that they did that.
Wow, that looks like an Urban Belly number 5 dish at Urban Belly.
Let's take Tony off to say hi, because I see him there with one of his daughters.
Tony,
what's up?
Hi. How you guys doing?
good.
We're a little late to the party.
It's okay.
My daughter was eating crayons, the other one. Not this one. That was a great job.
All right.
Thanks
I
for
wish I
coming
could send
today.
this to
Happy
you,
see
Tony.
Yeah, I will take it. We just had cold pizza. I'd rather have that.
Okay.
All right, let's see now. Sarah, can you see anyone else making them? I know we saw a bunch of people cooking. I'm getting better at this thing, I swear, you guys.
Yeah.
I can't tell if Thomas or Alexander were cooking. Oh, wait, I see Shirley. Hold on. I'm coming for you too now.
Whoa.
I just got to unmute her.
That's great.
Oh my gosh, that looks fabulous.
Yeah. That's broccoli. What else? Oh, she's on mute.
Oh, I have her. Wait, hold on. I'm on. For some reason, I can't unmute you, so I don't know if you're muted.
Okay.
Or she's.
Looks like.
Okay.
Oh, there she goes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I use steak, broccoli, carrots. So everything on the recipe. This tastes very good. I love this. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Of course.
I love it. It's great.
Thank you.
I love it too. Now, you know what? I think I made like a good portion just for myself, but I'm gonna make it again tonight for everybody, because I think everyone will love it.
That's great. That's awesome.
All right, I'm gonna look around a little bit too. Does
Yeah.
anyone else have any questions for Bill? I'm kind of looking through some. We're getting nice comments, Bill. Like, thank you so much for taking the intimidation out of making fried rice. You use 2 eggs or 1 egg when you?
One would be perfect. It's 8 ounces of rice, I believe. I think I put in there.
Right.
Let me see. Yeah.
I use 2 in mine actually, because I obviously can't read. So.
Yeah. No, it's Amanda. Your rice looks awesome.
And you know what I'll say? Another thing, like I have tried to make this at home before, because one of the kids actually loves like shrimp fried rice. So I want to like deliver, you know. And I always add that rice at the end, which when you told me that yesterday or Friday, I was like, oh my God, I had no idea to do it in the beginning.
Yeah. I think most people, when they're making fried rice, it's usually, from my experience, they use toasted sesame oil, right? Then they do that. Then they put the rice and everything sticks onto the bottom. Then you're adding the vegetables and protein. Next, you know, it's not fluffy. It's actually gets mushy because then you're adding the egg at the end, and it's just everything's just sticking together. So what the oil, and it's a neutral oil or olive oil, and add the egg, the scrambled egg or raw scrambled egg. So that is the separator where it absorbs the oil and it helps kind of break up the rice. So it's that is the secret that I've learned like 15 years ago working in Philadelphia for a woman named Susanna Fu, and she had a 4-star Chinese restaurant that I got to honor to work with her. So there was a gentleman, he was 60 years old. He was on the walk. We called him Uncle Six. So he taught me how to work on the walk.
Well, Kathy made a comment that she just started to use fish sauce. What other things can you use it in besides this dish? Like, how else would you use it?
You know what I say at the restaurant, and this is something that I always say throughout cooking. Fish sauce is my salt. So I use it for everything. At the restaurant, we use liquid seasonings, as in we might use soy sauce, we might use fish sauce. I'm never picking up salt at the restaurant. So whatever you put salt, I would replace it with a little bit of fish sauce. And obviously, if you want to add salt, you could do that. But you can make dressings, you could make mayonnaise, you could use it as a dipping sauce. So making your coleslaw, anything that you want. So buy a bottle, and I dare you to use it within a month and be able to season things with it. Yeah.
I have to get a new one because mine expired. And then I'll be up to the challenge.
Yes.
If you guys don't have a copy of Bill's book, Sarah has hers up. This is our favorite book. Like, I don't want to speak on her behalf. She can unmute herself. But I tried many dishes from this book from Bill. He made this, like those peanuts that are in here, the appetizer, the pimento cheese. But my favorite recipe is on page 40. It's, because I love Bill and Yvonne both so much, it's the Korican sauce. I'm looking for it here. But Bill, tell us about this sauce, because this is like my favorite thing. This is my jam.
So that obviously is in honor of Yvonne's culture and my culture together. So it's, people call it mashup, or, if you really want to say, you could say fusion. But it's something that Yvonne's mom helped me with the recipe, because in Asian cuisine, you don't use an acid in a marinade. And when I had Yvonne's mom's lechon, which is a pork shoulder that's been marinated for a couple of days, but to help to have the flavors impart into a 20-pound roast, is vinegar. So it has white distilled vinegar, oregano, paprika, tons of garlic, and you just let that do the work for you. I think that's with Asian food and Latin food. You don't have to sit there for hours and do I put enough salt? Do I put enough seasoning? You just put it and walk away, and either a day or a couple hours, you let all that stuff do all the work, and you're just cooking, and the flavors are tremendous. And it's an easier way for me to be able to tell a cook how to cook when the work's being done for you. So these recipes are dear to my heart, and it took us almost 10 weeks to be able to get these recipes. We had a lot of our friends try the recipes out, and it's really something that's very different, that's not around, that using the method of the master sauces being there's 7 master sauces, and if you make 7, you could do 125 recipes from those 7 by using a little bit of the master sauce in each recipe. So, and I thought about the end users. people like, you know, the Mariano shoppers to be able to get these ingredients from your local grocery store and be able to cook it. And you don't have to go to a Korean market. You don't have to go to a Latin market. You can actually pick up all these ingredients from Mariano's.
All right, I see Alexander Quintero. You just held up your book. You have it too. Can I unmute you and put you on spotlight?
Oh God.
Yeah, you know, Chef, how are you? How are you? Watching me all this time.
He's one of my cooks at Belly Q. Alex is very talented, and I'm sure you've been doing well. Yes, there you go.
Yeah, absolutely, and believe me, actually, yesterday I was doing the nakcham, the Korean pesto, and the what's it called? The lemongrass chili,
Yeah.
Sweet chili. So good. And today I'm working with having some friends coming over. I show you the pictures.
Right.
I'll send it to you.
Don't
Right,
forget
right.
social distance.
Yes.
You have them
Yeah,
over
absolutely.
6 feet apart
Absolutely.
outside.
Nice to see you, Alex.
Thank you, chef. He's a great chef. Great chef right there.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I think, a few people, Kathy and Timo agreed, like lime really adds a great extra kick. So that's a good tip there. So does anyone else have any, we also want, Bill, please talk about your offerings now for takeout, because I've done it and it was amazing. We ordered so much food and I thought, oh, we'll have this for like 3 days. And I ate all of it like immediately. It's delicious.
Yeah.
So tell us about your takeout.
Yeah. So at Urban Belly in Wicker Park, it's 1542 North Damon. We are doing takeout from 11 to 9 o'clock. You could pre-order and prepay. So through their platform, you could order, have them deliver, or you could also do carry out. Obviously, we're doing our duties by social distancing, but you could just basically order, pay for it, and pick it up, or have Caviar or DoorDash delivered to your house. So we've been, yeah, and you know, yeah. So you're not stepping into the restaurant at all. So, but also in time of need, in which we all are at this point, we do a lot of things. Currently, we are volunteering, myself and a couple of the cooks and people who work at the restaurant. We are working with the Greater Food Depository, packing necessary, essential, non-perishable foods at the Greater Food Depository. So if people want to volunteer, we're by all the safeguards, you know, social distancing, mask. So we're doing that. And also with Common Threads, we're also cooking for the first responders and also hospital caregivers. So we've been helping them to provide meals at the restaurant. So I think the one thing that everybody thinks, yes, we want to be able to keep our social distances, but for me, I want to do something that's what I do well, is to cook and feed people, and I want to be able to do that, knowing that I could provide delicious food for people who might not have the time to do it. So it's you know, at the restaurant, we help people to nourish, but it's meaningful to go beyond that. So support all the people who are helping us take care of our country.
No, you're doing a great job giving back to the community. Yes, the McKeans, they deserve claps and snaps, but they're doing a lot to really help. And I think that's, you're really setting a great example. Obviously, this is a hard time, you know, for everyone, but especially for the restaurant business. And, you know, we're all going to be there to support you guys through it, and can't wait to come back to Table at Crate and Urban Belly. And until then, I think I'm going to start ordering like I think you have like a big pan of the dumplings. They come like 18 to a pan or something. I'm going to start getting
Please do, please do.
You can't just have like the order that's like 4 or 6 of them. You need like a lot of them.
Yeah. Oh,
really good.
wait to get the baos, the Chinese themed buns with the fried chicken. And also we have pretty cool ice cream bars at Urban Belly. So please ask for that.
How did I miss those? I see the soft
Oh.
serve.
Yeah. The pretty cool bars, it's awesome.
Oh,
So,
those. Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll order those next time. And I also love whatever the fried chicken appetizer that you do. I love
Yeah.
that. It's
the
amazing.
Thai fried chicken. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. We love it all.
Thank
The
you.
flat noodles are my favorite because I think like everything that you have at home is in there, like pork belly,
Yeah.
all the good sauces, all that stuff. So great. Well, does anyone else have anything? Or Yvonne, thank you for being here too. We're so happy to see you. You brighten up always my day when I see you. So I'm glad that you're here. And we thank you both so much. We know that this is, you know, a hectic time, a stressful time. We thank you. I just really want to go because I want to eat my fried rice.
So do I.
I don't think I've ever wanted to eat something so badly in my entire life that I want to eat this. But this is, it's a really healthy recipe too, depending on like what you really do add to it. So I'm thrilled about that.
Yeah.
But I think if we
86 pork belly out of that.
I know,
one.
I gotta get, so can I actually ask a question?
Yeah.
I've never actually cooked it myself. So I know we sell it at the store. So you just buy like what, like a half a pound and then you come home and do.
You probably want to buy a pound just because it'll shrink. And a good way to do it, if you have an Instapot, just put it in the Instapot, put a little liquid, and just press, you know, slow cook. And probably within an hour, you'll have good pork belly.
What if you don't have an Instapot?
If you don't, you could just braise it very slowly up
Okay.
top. Yeah,
Kind
with a little bit
you
of
do like a pork
liquid.
shoulder or something?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I can handle that. I might be calling you though.
Yeah.
Or
You could use
hopefully
the
by then I
Korican
can
sauce
have
on
you
it.
and Yvonne over and then you can help me do
Yeah.
that. And then Yvonne and I will drink wine. All right. Well, I think that might be it. And
Okay.
Tony Priolo says thanks, and he's going to make it at home too. So yeah,
Awesome.
post your pictures, everyone. You can tag Mariano's, Bill, Yvonne, me, everyone on the call. We should all get our social media stuff together. But we love to see what you guys are doing at home because everyone's doing such a nice job. I mean, Sarah and I are amazed on our social media from Mariano's, from the chef's classes, the cocktails, and then even people just making stuff at home. I mean, it's unbelievable to see. Sarah, what is it? Mariano's Meals is the hashtag. There's a hashtag called Mariano's Meals, and people are posting like things they're making at home, and they're like amazing things. So it's good to get some. It's good that we can all inspire each other right now. Bill and Yvonne are very inspiring. So we'll let everyone get back to their day, and I'm gonna go eat my big bowl of fried rice now. Thank you, Bill and Yvonne.
Thank you. Bye.